All right, so hey, this is Doug Pagitt. I'm here with Bruce Reyes-Chow. Bruce is in San Francisco. I'm in Minneapolis, and through the wonders of, I guess, the good people in Finland. Is that right? Is that where Skype is from?
I think so. I believe so.
Good people in Finland. We have a technology to chat with each other. Bruce is going to be one of the instructors at the Church Planters Academy, August 15th through 17th, 2013 in Minneapolis. And we're fortunate to have Bruce back. He was here at the event last year. So Bruce, what are you hoping for people when they make their way to Minneapolis in August?
Well, I think the first thing is everybody has to have a cool painting behind them when they are on
Oh,
Skype.
they do, and they have to even spin around to show off their Billy Jack poster
Wait, I'm trying to get my arm. There we go.
and their
So,
Bruce
so mine
Springsteen album
is
cover.
is Blue Eyed Jesus, who was
Yeah.
in a house we bought here in San Francisco about 12 years ago, and the real estate agent found out I was a pastor, and this was shoved in the corner of the house, and so it has gone with us throughout our travels.
I love
Anyway,
it. I love it. And we did
um,
we didn't even set this up either. Just the
we-
same sensibility. So if you're like make sure you have paintings behind you kind of
exactly.
person. Church
Better
Planters
than
Academy.
bookshelves. Better than
Mhm.
bookshelves. So I want to talk about probably one is around organizations and structures. I talked about this last year,
Mhm.
and I think it still continues to be one of the pieces that folks struggle with around new church development, and church planting, and thinking that they have to be done in a particular way, and that they really should come out of the body, but they can't be ignored. I like to think about organization happens to you, or you can help to birth it, and I think that's
Mhm.
one of the frameworks that I think is important. The other thing that I love to talk about is multiculturalism and the whole how do you talk about
Yeah.
race and ethnicity and culture in a way that isn't patronizing or not co-opting,
Yeah.
but is a genuine expression of a community. I know many churches are out there. We want to go form a multicultural church, and
Yeah.
well, it's not a bad thing to want to do, but what does that mean? And so
Yeah.
examine those. So
And the
those.
real and I think this was great what you brought up last year on that topic too, because what a lot of people run into is that their connections to people they're going to invite to their church come through their own social networks, and then they end up frustrated that they aren't meeting the kind of people that they have envisioned that they want to have their church be organized for and around.
Yeah,
And um,
there's a great study that just came out, or a book that just came out. I heard it on NPR the other day about how these networks now, that's one of the ways that things are perpetuated. And, people can call it institutional racism, or they can call it whatever they want, but when you know the people you know, and so jobs go to people you know.
yeah, right.
And so there's nothing sinister necessarily about that, but how do we understand that a little bit better and break out of some of those things? But
Yeah,
so
and how do you recognize the things that you can naturally do intentionally and have those reflect a true expression of who you are and who your community is?
right.
So, Bruce, you've been to a lot of events, and you're willing to come back to the Church Planters Academy. Can you give people any sense of why you're
Sure.
willing and excited to come back?
Yeah, I'm excited about every event I go to. But I really appreciate this one, and I've talked with a lot of folks who are thinking about church planting or are doing some form of that even within an established congregation. And I've said that this is an event that isn't just about come hear somebody talk who may be engaging and all of that, and then go away with five things you can try. But it's this wonderful kind of carousel of people who have been engaging and trying it and failed and succeeded, and then you're put into these opportunities where you can actually talk about that and help to translate that for your own context, so that you don't walk away and then wonder, okay, how does this fit? But you can do some of that right there with
Hmm.
the people who have presented. So I think it's a great format.
Great. Well, and I appreciate that phrase that it was a carousel of people because I think that's sort of what it is.
Yep.
It's a collective of people who aren't all trying to say the same thing or asking people to think about how they started churches in the same way, but they're narrating their own story of where they're from and what they're doing and how they do it and inviting others to do the same. Bruce, thanks for being part of it. It's August 15th through the 17th in Minneapolis. It's cheap as you can make one of these things, $195, I think. I mean, it's hardly anything. I know to some church planners that's really expensive, but it's a good way to spend a couple $100 for 3 days in
Yes.
beautiful Minneapolis. All right, Bruce,
All right.
thanks.
See ya.